Ceramic coatings simplified and explained.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is the DIY Detail Podcast. Today, Nick and I are going to explore what is a ceramic coating? Why do you need one? And why are you afraid of applying a ceramic coating? We're going to get over that fear together.
Ivan, for so long, wax was the big protection product. Why would someone choose a ceramic coating over a term that is so well known in the world, a car wax?
Right. Durability, first and foremost. Second is protection. A wax is not the best in terms of protection. Bug etchings can go right through a wax in a matter of minutes, for that matter. Tree sap, same thing. It will go through a wax very quickly. So chemical protection is the very, very strong suit of a ceramic coating. Now, we also have ceramic sealants, and ceramic sealants, like quick beads, they last a fairly long time. And a lot of people ask us the question, well, if I have that, why do I need a ceramic coating? Again, protection. The ceramic coating is a much thicker bond than what quick beads can do, or thicker layer, I should say, and last a lot longer. So a ceramic coating as your basis of protection, it is not the only thing. You can put a wax over top of your ceramic coating. You can put a sealant over top of your ceramic coating, but always over top of. The ceramic coating is the basis, your foundation of protection.
By the way, this is ceramic coating month, so all of our ceramic coatings are 25% off. We're talking about C6 Hydro Light. We're talking about the 8-year, the 5-year, the 3-year, interior ceramic, plastic restore and protect, C6 Hydro Glass. Ivan, now's the time to say, did I miss anything?
Yeah, you missed quick beads. Anything that has ceramic in it is on sale for the month of October, so now's the time. And the reason we have ceramic coating month in October is we want you to prep your car before winter.
Now, is ceramic coating something that anyone can install, or that's something that only professionals should install? I know that we're DIY Detail, but there's still a lot of professionals who get paid money to polish and apply ceramic coatings to cars. So clearly there's a market of people who don't want to do it, or maybe don't feel confident enough to do it. Should they do it themselves? Should they pay for someone else to do it? I do want to talk about what coatings are, but I just want to kind of give that like introductory kind of invitation to folks out there,
right?
You know, to maybe feel more confident than they do right now.
So the answer to that is both. A professional applied ceramic coating and a professional doing it is going to do a good job. You're going to get your value out of it, because that value is time. That value is knowledge. And you're paying the professional not for the coating itself. You're paying them for the years of practicing and developing their skills, putting their business together, running their business, turning the lights on in the morning, insurance, all of that fun stuff. That being said, you definitely can ceramic coat your vehicle at home. Ceramic coatings are actually easier to apply today than wax is. Now, 10, 15, 20 years ago when ceramic coatings started, that wasn't always the case. There are some, and there's still some, unfortunately, out there that are extremely difficult to apply. But a good ceramic coating like DIY or C6, they're easy to apply. They're simple. There's nothing to stress over it. And speaking of stress, there's one stress point for me, and that is misinformation online. There's a lot of misinformation. One of the biggest ones is that, oh, now that you have a ceramic coating, you have to treat it in a special way. You have to wash with special chemicals, and you have to do these weird, almost cult-like things to your vehicle because it has a ceramic coating. No, the ceramic coating is more durable than the paint. The ceramic coating is more resistant to chemicals, salts from car washes, etc., than your paint is. So even if you have a ceramic coating in your car, it doesn't mean you can't go through the car wash. Nick and I have both done it. Not something I relish.
The world didn't end.
The world didn't end. I actually took one of my personal cars through 74 car washes, and I purposely seeked out the worst car wash in that area just to see how the coating would stand up. And it stood up beautifully. We actually have a video on it, so maybe Nick, you can put the link down below. But that goes to show you that, there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, no, if you're not hand washing your car every week, never put a ceramic coating in your car. Ceramic coating does not require more maintenance than a non-ceramic coated car. It actually requires less maintenance than a non-ceramic coated car.
So let's talk about what a ceramic coating actually is.
A ceramic coating is a protective layer that is applied, leveled, and you're good. In our case, we have 4 different building blocks for our ceramic coating. The first, polysilazane. And polysilazane is great in industrial applications. It is a relatively thick, it is extremely durable and bonds well. But it's not slick and it's not glossy, things that a lot of people like in a coating. We have SiO2, which is in just about every coating in the world. Whether they tell you it's a titanium, a graphene, a this, that, the other coating, they all contain SiO2. It is one of the backbones of coatings. SiO2 gives us gloss. It gives us slickness. Not the greatest in durability, and it has an issue with fracturing, which is breaking apart. Next, we have silicon carbide. Silicon carbide, great coating backbone, lots of strength, a lot of durability, and again, okay resistance to fracturing. Then we have something that not many people have, and that's silicon nitride. And silicon nitride is a flexible ceramic. So it basically negates the fracturing. And fracturing is what happens to a coating over time to say, for the person to say, oh, the coating's not there anymore, or the coating has failed. It hasn't failed, it is fractured. And fracturing, the easiest way to visualize it is go out to the desert when it's raining. It'll be perfectly smooth, glassy, it looks great. Then the rain stops, it dries, it's all cracked and creviced. That's what fracturing is. Your coating is still there. It's still attached to the paint, but it's full of cracks and crevices. Some coatings require you to add a topper once a year. Well, all that topper is doing is filling the cracks and crevices.
So what we're saying is ceramic coatings work. There's chemistry behind these. What do I know about ceramic coatings now that maybe we didn't know 5 years ago?
One thing that we've learned is the dangers of ceramic coating. And it's something that we've affronted head on and taken care of that. And the biggest dangers to most ceramic coatings are PFASs, or forever chemicals. Once they're in you forever, hence the name Forever Chemicals. We have removed all those forever chemicals from our coatings, making them a lot safer than our previous generations of coatings and also safer for the installer. Other than that, there's really no downsides to ceramic coatings. Another possible downside is high spots. And you used to call yourself High Spot McGee for some reason. But anyways, now you're the world's best leveler. You've changed your own title. But that being said, high spots are just an excess of coating left on the surface. There's nothing bad about them other than the way they look.
So when we talk about ceramic coatings, we don't want the high spots, but they're really easy to level with our coatings. I guess if I've never applied a ceramic coating before, is there a coating that you recommend I start with?
Probably our 8-year coating. It's actually the easiest to apply of the 3 coatings that we have. And we have more than 3 coatings, by the way. We also have the C6 Hydro Light that's available through DIY Detail. The C6 Hydro Light, of all of them, is the easiest. To me, a professional coating should actually be the easiest one to apply, because a professional, the employee that's applying the coating, it might be their first day, it might be their first week, and it shouldn't be a stressful part of the detail. The most difficult or the most labor-intensive part of any coating is the preparation. But that being said, the coating application itself is super easy. And if you have a new car, that is the ultimate time to get a ceramic coating. When it's brand new, you've driven it home from the dealership, before going out, taking a drive with it, ceramic coat it. It's only going to take you a couple hours at that point. If you're satisfied with the paint, and that's another big myth, but we'll get into that in a second. If you're satisfied with the paint, go ahead, clean it, decontaminate, and coat.
So the 8-year is the easiest. It also has the most durability.
Right.
And you have C6 Hydro Light, you have the 5-year, the 3-year, you have the 8-3 stack, the 5-3 stack.
Yeah.
How do I choose which coating to use, Ivan?
That is a great question. And there's no wrong answer. So when we're looking at it, the 3-year is the only coating that we have that contains graphene. And the reason for graphene is water spot resistance. Now, the coating's actually going to last longer than that, but the graphene component, or the reduced graphene oxide, over time dissipates or breaks apart through fracturing. That fracturing is going to happen no matter what you do. So that fracturing in the graphene, and just the graphene component of it, is going to break down. So that water spot resistance, the reason you bought the coating, after 3 years starts to go away. So that is why we say it's a 3-year coating. Our 5-year coating is our glossiest coating in the DIY line. And that gloss is evident. You can see it. It's there. But again, after about 5 years, that gloss is going to start to diminish because the gloss is mostly controlled by the SiO2 content. And the higher the SiO2 content, the more chance of fracturing. Next, we have our 8-year coating. It's got a relatively lower SiO2 content, but it has a high silicon nitride content, which is the most expensive of the gang. That's why it's a little more expensive. But that will give you the most durable, long-lasting coating. Then we have Hydrolite. Hydrolite uses another different technology. So we have the same 4 polysilazane SiO2, silicon carbide, and silicon nitride, but we also add into that refined detonated nanodiamonds. Now, the refined detonated nanodiamonds, what they do is they amp up gloss, they amp up slickness amazingly, and durability, because the refined detonated nanodiamonds help reduce, once again, that fracturing. So we say it's a 6-year coating. It's going to last longer than that, but the 6 years is the gloss level, and then after that you might start losing gloss. So that is the coatings. Now, you mentioned the stacks. The stacks are fun. For the professional detailer, maybe not the best alternative because you have to wait an extra hour and do an extra step. But for the hobbyist, for someone at home that wants the ultimate, the stack is it. So the 5-3 stack, which means you put the 5-year coating on first, you wait 1 to 8 hours, then you apply the 3-year into, and not on top of, into. So you're actually combining the two on the surface. And the reason there's the 1 to 8 hour wait time, 1 hour is if you're putting it on 1 hour, you're actually going to be removing the coating below it. So below 1 hour, it hasn't bonded, it hasn't cured enough to resist that. Over 8, the surface is basically, for all intents and purposes, sealed off, so that new coating can't grab in and it can't combine. But when you're doing the stack in that 1 to 8 hour window, you end up with, first of all, the most amazing feeling of applying that coating. The applicator just glides across the surface. It's amazing. Secondly, you end up with a third or a different coating. And our 5-3 stack is by far the glossiest coating we have available to consumers. And then the 8-3 stack is the closest you'll get to looking like a wax. And some people will say, well, what do I want a wax? A wax has a different look to it. And a wax is something that you can tell when a vehicle has been waxed. It has a certain glow, a certain softness to it. So for certain colors, a wax just gives a nicer finish than a coating does. But that 8-3 stack will give you that almost wax-like look. But thankfully, our show-winning wax, you can put it on top of a coating.
What folks at home might notice with a coated vehicle is they get lots of beautiful tight water beads.
Yeah.
Now, they might also get that with a protection product that we offer, like a quick beads, right?
Correct.
So you got a drying aid like quick beads or a ceramic coating. Both of them make my paint hydrophobic, right? Those tight water beads. Why would I spend the money and the time on a coating when I can get the water beads, spray on, rinse off, and just wipe?
Durability and chemical resistance. That is it. The sealants, same as the wax, do not offer the same chemical resistance. And by chemical resistance, we mean bug splatter on the front, salt accumulation on the sides during the winter, and tree sap, bird droppings, all these things that attack your car. Traffic film. If you're in stop and go traffic all the time, surrounded by all these other cars with their exhaust and trucks and everything like that, or you work in an industrial area where there's chimneys and all sorts of things spewing out who knows what, that is where you need that extra chemical protection.
Let's talk about how to apply a coating. We have lots of videos on these, but if you don't feel like watching a 30-minute how-to video, they're very educational and entertaining, but maybe you just want the quick nuts and bolts. How do I apply coatings like a pro? What do I need to know about applying a coating if I'm new to all this, Ivan?
Prep is everything. So with a ceramic coating, it needs clean, bare paint, nothing else. You don't have to remove scratches. If you're happy with your scratches, you like the way your car looks, you just want to protect it, you just need to do a deep cleaning and decontamination. For us, we have a system. It's very simple. Wash your car. Whether you prefer incredible suds or rinseless wash, that is up to you. Then we use our iron remover with our perforated synthetic decontamination towel, the quad fold, to get rid of that bonded contaminants and the iron particles or the rust particles caused by the iron. Once you've done that, you rinse the vehicle. Then we add water spot remover. And the reason for water spot remover, a lot of people don't see it as a necessary step. I don't have water spots, I don't need water spot remover. But you do have minerals embedded in your paint. You might not see them, you'll never feel them, but they're there. And the water spot removal will revive your paint in the sense that it's taking all those minerals away that you don't see, that the iron remover doesn't take away, that the wash doesn't take away, that even, some people sell acidic washes and all sorts of different pre-washes. You don't need those. Wash it, do a mechanical and chemical decontamination with the iron remover and the quad fold towel, then water spot remover, wipe it off.
Rinse it and then do water spot remover, right?
Yeah, rinse, water spot remover, rinse, dry it off. Now you're technically ready to apply ceramic coating. We have a couple other optional steps. And the first optional step is the gold standard polishing system. So pick your pad, pick your tool, use the gold standard polish, go over the surface. That is going to remove any little scratches or marring, things like that could be there. And even brand new cars have that. But once again, if you are satisfied with the appearance of your vehicle, you don't need to polish it. But you should want to polish it. And the reason we want to polish it is that deep cleaning of the paint. And if there were sealants, if there were previous waxes or even a previous coating applied, it will remove them and make the new coating bond better. Then from there, we have either panel prep or C6 app. And the difference there is startling, to say the least. The panel prep is a great tool. It works. It's phenomenal. It is going to remove the polishing oils from the surface, getting it ready to coat. But the app does a couple other things. So the app does that deep cleaning. It actually cleans deeper than the panel prep. But also what it does is it actually swells the paint. And this is a misunderstood phenomenon. It's not swelling it a 1/4 inch thick. It's maybe adding 1/2 to 1 micron the overall thickness of the paint. But your paint is actually porous. Your paint, even though it looks smooth, if you look at it through a microscope, it's actually like a sponge. So what we're doing is that top layer of pores is opened up. And when it opens up those pores, it has a little bit of polysiloxane and a little bit of SiO2, and very, very minimal. Not enough to affect beading, not enough to say it's a coating, not enough to say it's a sealant. Just enough to lock that paint in that open state for roughly about 48 hours. You wipe off the residue of the adhesion promoter polish, and then you apply your coating. Now, you can tell the difference between a panel that has adhesion promoter polish and one that's been prepared with panel prep. When everything is said and done, the adhesion promoter polish side has a little more gloss. Your coating is going to be more durable because it's not sitting on the paint. And even when you use panel prep, it's going into the paint a certain amount. But since we've swollen and opened up that paint, we're getting a deeper layer of coating into the paint. And it also helps reduce high spots.
When it comes to ceramic coating application, it's very easy.
Yeah.
I've noticed talking to a lot of our customers and detailers out there, enthusiasts, they just are like, well, it was easy, but I was in the garage all day. I did the wash, and then I did the decon, and then I did the polishing, and then I wiped it off, and then I did the app, and then I wiped it off, and then I did the coating. For those who are intimidated by how long it might take, do you have any advice? Because it's very doable. There's just a lot of steps, and you're always the king of efficiency. So I'm wondering if you can, give us a little pep talk, Ivan.
Don't overthink it, first of all. Secondly, be prepared. Preparation is a big part of efficiency. So have everything you need ready to go. And when we film in the studio that's behind Nick, we'll ceramic coat 3 cars in one day. That's from the washing, the decontamination, the prepping, the polishing, the ceramic coating. while making videos. So if we can, as a team of two, do 3 cars in a day while making videos, anyone can do it in a day. And a lot of people, we have a great Facebook group. So the DIY Detail Facebook group, there's a link down below. Join the group. It's easy. It's fun. We'll call it a safe haven for detailers. There's no question that is stupid. And if there's a stupid answer, that person might disappear. But we're not shy about keeping it a nice safe space, if I can use that term, for anyone to ask their questions. But we have a lot of people that they'll post what they want to do, and I'm going to be doing this, and this, and I've set aside 3 days to do this. And then the next day they'll post, it's like, wow, it only took me like 6 hours to do the whole thing. I thought it was going to be 3 days. And that is as simple as that. It shouldn't take you more than 4 to 6 hours to prep or to clean, decontaminate, prep, polish, and coat paint. And the easiest part of all of that is actually applying the ceramic coating.
It really is. And if you can have a friend or a spouse, help you out, it might be faster and be more fun too.
Oh, definitely.
Like just from experience, like leveling your coating as you go is kind of annoying because I got spoiled with you, Evan. So I've done a couple coating jobs recently. And it's like, oh yeah, and then I need to put the towel somewhere so I can handle the applicator and then the camera because I've been recording it and everything.
Yeah.
Having a camera person and an extra person to coat is certainly a luxury we have at the DIY Detail Studio. What I'm saying is there's a couple things you can do to make your life easier when you're coating. One of them is to have an extra set of hands, I'm not going to lie. And the other one is not to be recording as you do it because it can take a lot of time to do that. When it comes to all these coatings, man, there's like a $60 bottle, there's a $300 bottle, and then you go on Amazon and there's like not dozens, there's like hundreds of brands now who have ceramic coating. Like how does someone sift through all of this? Even from our lineup, our price point from our 3-year to C6 Hydro Light, a lot of people will equate value and price or price and quality. How do we sift through all the noise out there, Ivan? Whether it's DIY or some other brand, how do they know they're landing in the right spot?
First of all, buy from a reputable company. The coatings you find on Amazon that are imported, they may not be the best quality. And look at the reviews. The reviews will tell you. With our lineup, we work on a cost plus model. So it's our cost plus a multiplier, and that's how we come up with our pricing. We don't go, oh, we can charge this much for it, let's do that. No, it's just our cost plus. So a coating that is heavy in SiO2 and heavy in graphene is less expensive than one that has silicon nitride in it. It's definitely less expensive than one that has the refined detonated nanodiamonds to produce. The other thing is there's a lot of independent reviewers out there. Check out their channels. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that do tests and they'll do side by sides or they'll do a coating and show it a year later. Those are all things that are easy to research. But having a reputable company, great. The other thing is, and this has been a little pet peeve of mine for many years, if a company says, we really don't care what prep product you're using, or use isopropyl alcohol as your wipe down, that to me is an indicator that they have done no research and development, and they may not be producing their own coatings. They might be buying them from that same Chinese source that you're seeing on Amazon, putting it in a bottle. Our coatings are designed and made in the USA. And sure, there's a cost to that. But at the same time, we're sure the quality. Our manufacturing facility for the coatings, we've been there. We've seen it. It's clean. It's everything a lab should be. And the research and development for us is ongoing. We're on our type 2 coatings at the moment. Actually, our 3-year is on its 3rd iteration. And we're continuing the R&D process. And we're always striving to get better. And a company that's had the same coating for the last 10 years, there's a good chance their technology isn't up to date. So all little things to consider.
And then when it comes to which ceramic coating to choose, I would just tell you, I have the 8.3 stack on my Jeep, and it's amazing. And again, it's not 2 layers of coating, Ivan. Maybe explain that one more time, but I will tell you, if you want something that is just going to be phenomenal, just smooth and silky to the touch, like months and months later, insane water beads, I like C6 Hydro Light. That's on one of my cars, and the 8.3 stack is a winner.
Yeah, definitely. And how to choose is what characteristic are you after? So, like I explained before, water spotter resistance, you want the 3-year. You want you have a car that's a daily driver that sits outside, that goes through the car wash occasionally, it just accidentally turns in by itself, even though it has a sticker on the windshield saying it can go in as many times as it wants, whatever. That is the domain of the 8-year coating. Now, you have a nice car, you take it out on weekends, you want it to be as glossy and as slick as possible, then do the 5-year coating, or even better, the 5.3 stack. But and like you said, the 8.3 stack just is the best of both worlds there.
Let's talk about ceramic coating your trim and glass. Can you prep with C6 adhesion promoter polish on trim and glass?
Yes, you can. And on the glass, there actually isn't any need to do that because you're not going to swell the glass. But on your trim, the C6 adhesion promoter polish, being that it's a plastic, is actually going to open up that plastic a little more, allowing the coating to dive in deeper. Now, if you have a brand new car, put the ceramic coating, the same one that you're putting on the paint on. If your trim has started to oxidize, so you have a car that's a year old or more, then in that case, you're going to do something different to the trim. And that is our trim restore and protect. The plastic restore and protect is designed to do that. It's designed to be on plastic. And yes,
it works so well.
Yeah, your paint is plastic. That being said, the trim is a completely different type of plastic, and our trim restore and protect has in it a black dye, meaning that your trim is going to look darker, it's going to look better. And people ask, how long is it going to last? It is going to last as long as a new piece. That piece that's now oxidized used to be brand new on your car. Maintain it well, put on the restore and protect, and it will last as long as a new part. So if there's some people, their car's 5 years old and the trim is completely trashed. There's other people that have the same model car, same mileage, living in the same city, their trim looks good. Why? They maintained it. They cleaned it. They protected it. So trim restore and protect doesn't have to go on trim that needs restoration. It can also go on new trim. But what it's going to do, it is a ceramic coating, so it's going to last a long time, but it also has very aggressive wetting agents, meaning that it's carrying that ceramic coating and it's carrying that dye deep into the plastic.
And then we have C6 Hydro Glass, which is a windshield coating. I think it's phenomenal, but you can use it on all your glass. And it's a more abrasion-resistant coating, so you could absolutely just apply whatever coating you're using to the paint to all of your windows and be fine. But if you want something a little bit more, abrasion resistant for those wiper blades, that's when we recommend C6 Hydro Glass. Just a quick caveat: you usually use panel prep on the windshield if you're going to use C6 Hydro Glass, correct?
Right. Because of the SiO2 in the adhesion promoter polish, it can actually play not negatively, but it's not going to give you the same results as if you had just done panel prep. So there are instances where app isn't the go-to. On the side windows, if you're using your regular ceramic coating, so for us, when we're using Hydro Glass, we'll use it on the windshield and maybe the back window because of the wipers. The side windows, they're not moving that much. They might go up and down once in a while, but not as frequently as the wipers going across the windshield. So there we use the same ceramic coating that we do on the rest of the vehicle.
And then real quick, we have an interior ceramic coating called Interior Ceramic.
Oh, wow. Interesting name. Yes, definitely.
Let's keep it simple around here,
Yeah, keep it simple. Definitely the interior ceramic is a must-have. Again, if you have a new car, if you're thinking of purchasing a new car, get the chemicals at home before you get the car. That way, the day you get the car, you can do that interior ceramic. It's going to be easier. Now, you've driven the car a couple of years, give your interior a good cleaning. Make sure everything is dry, that you didn't use any dressings, that you didn't use anything greasy. So you either use Interior Clean Protect or rinseless wash to clean your interior. Once everything is dry, apply the interior ceramic. It's great. If you have a convertible or a pickup truck with a soft tonneau cover, then interior ceramic is your friend as well. On that convertible roof, on that soft tonneau cover, it's going to protect them from UV. It's going to make them easier to clean as well.
Ivan, speaking of easier to clean, we have an entire video on how to clean and maintain your ceramic coated vehicle. And that video is worth a watch. It can be found right here.